Hello, first graders. This is Miss Rivers with an introduction to the reading lesson for day 37. Our objective is I can identify the similarities between two texts on the same topic. I am going to show you how to accomplish this goal. Before we begin our lesson, let's take a look at some words you should know. The first word is estuary, the wide part of a river's lower end where it meets the sea. Next, we have erosion, wearing away of the earth's surface by wind or water. Preserve, to protect from being hurt or harmed. Livestock, cows, horses, sheep, or other animals raised or kept on a farm or ranch. Biodiversity, many different life forms like plants and animals. And the last word is recreation, an activity that is relaxing and fun. So here you see some sightseers on a boat in the wetlands. You will be asked to read two articles on the same topic. Therefore, I am going to read two resources that are on the same topic. The first of which is a page from a book called Restoring Wetlands. Listen as I read. The importance of wetlands. Wetlands are important to the earth in many ways. They produce a great variety of grasses, trees, and flowers. Many of these plants provide food and shelter for the birds, amphibians, reptiles, and insects that live in the wetland year round, as well as the migratory birds who use the wetlands for their breeding and resting grounds. Many species of fish rely on estuaries, salt marshes, and coastal areas for their spawning grounds. Now we'll read the captions. This one says, reptiles like the red-eared slider are cold-blooded. They get their warmth from the sun. This caption shows blue herons make their nest in trees or bushes near water. And in this picture, we see rainbow trout. Rainbow trout are members of the salmon family. Adults weigh about 8 pounds or 3.6 kilograms on average, but can grow to as much as 53 pounds or 24 kilograms. Now, this second resource is more like a fact sheet where it lists 6 reasons why wetlands are important. Listen carefully as I read. Number 1, they preserve our water. Wetlands purify and store excess water and can slow down water to help prevent floods. They also recharge groundwater. 2, they help control erosion. In a dry country like South Africa, the role of wetlands in trapping sediments before the sediment laden water joins a river course and just washes away is essential. 3, they provide shelter. Fish larvae and fry juveniles use the calm, shallow waters as a nursery. Wetlands also provide food and shelter for many animals like birds and frogs. 4, they provide food for livestock. Wetlands provide good areas for grazing and the variety of grasses, along with a supply of running water, can be beneficial to farming livestock. 5, they protect biodiversity. South Africa is a biodiversity hotspot, thanks in part to our wetlands. The biodiversity of wetlands has produced incredible specialist species that are only found in these habitats. Finally, 6, They provide recreation. We get to enjoy nature walks, picnics, birding, fishing, or even sailing in wetlands. Cape Town has many wetlands to enjoy. Love your wetland. Now let's read our question. It says, how are these texts the same? Use a green crayon to underline details that are the same in both texts. Write about the similarities. So, boys and girls, you will be asked to do the same thing. Now, watch as I complete this activity. The first thing I did was I went back to the resources that I used to read about. Here, I underlined in green some details that I saw that were similar in both resources that I read about. I underlined wetlands are important to the earth in many ways. They produce a great variety of grasses, trees, and flowers. Many of these plants provide food and shelter for the birds, amphibians, reptiles, and insects that live in the wetland. Well, guess what? I see that the fact sheet talks about the very same thing. It too mentions that wetlands provide shelter and they provide food for animals. Here is what I wrote. The text, Restoring Wetlands and 6 Reasons Why Wetlands Are Important, state wetlands are important because they provide food and shelter for animals. So when you write your answers, boys and girls, be sure to include the names of the two articles that you are going to be reading, just as I have done. And then tell how they are both the same. Now it's your turn. You are going to read this article, which is called Helpful Birds, and this article called Birds as Human Helpers. And then you are going to complete your work using the lines provided. You're going to write how the two texts are similar on these lines. Be sure you have page 17 and 18 from your learning packet. If you don't have it, just write your response on a sheet of notebook paper. When you are done, please take a picture and send it to your teacher. That is all for now. Have a great day. Bye.